the KFC recipe was stole from a black woman. Drop out. Beep, beep, king. All right, family. Meet Miss Childress. She died in poverty. She is a black woman behind the original KFC recipe. He took all her profits and made us think it was his recipe. Now, I think I did a video, man, probably was last year sometime, of the 100 inventions that black people made in America that was stolen. They was stolen because slaves couldn't own patents, and you couldn't own nothing. You was a slave. So normally, the slave master would take the slaves' inventions and take them to the patent office and get paid. And a lot of these Fortune 500 companies are this way. Now, if y'all, I got another video I done. It was called The Real Jack Daniels, showing the slave that originally made the brew for Jack Daniels. And the bottle would be dipped in, the tip of it would be dipped in black wax. And you know Jack Daniels is always black. And so, and I showed that. But it been a lot of inventions that's been taken, like here with this KFC. So, I heard about this a long time ago. I just wasn't thinking about it. So when I seen this post, I said, I'm going to let them see this right here. Because it's a lot that we, see, this the stuff that I want to know. You see what I'm saying? We learn a lot of different stuff in school or whatnot. But these are the things that I think black children should know about. You see what I'm saying? Like Ancient Mamie or whatnot. I think her name was Miss Jane or Miss Jenny or something like that. And she never got the credit because she also made pancakes. She never got the credit for the invention. Now everybody in America I know eat flapjacks, eat pancakes with syrup on it. Now this another black woman had created that. And these companies, whether cereal companies and whatnot, they take those inventions and to this day they made parlay billion-dollar companies off that. You see what I'm saying? No different than the Uncle Ben's rice. You see what I'm saying? The Uncle Ben's rice showing black people that, go to West Africa. That's why I say a lot of what you seeing that you call soul food came two ways. One, if you go to Africa, you're going to see that a lot of the foods they eat in West Africa and all over Africa is the same thing that black people was calling soul food. It just, they have a different array of spices that they can use in the food, but it's still the same, basically the same food. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe prepared a little different or whatnot, but, and then the other half of soul food is slave food. That's where you get the chitlins or whatnot, the hog ears, the pig feet and all that. And that's where that, but greens come from, we knew what they was. How usually, because a lot of these herbs out here, and you just can't go out there and just pick anything and eat it, because a lot of what's out there is medicine, but it's poisonous if you take too much of it. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of the herbs, so that we already knew about the herbs. That's how we came up with callaloo and greens and all of that. And so, when I was looking into those 100 inventions, man, I'm talking about everything from the, refrigerator to, car motors to the blender. I'm talking about everything. Hospital beds, everything. The recliner. I'm talking about everything black people created that they use I'm talking about the big companies that they making billions of dollars off of to this day, originally was created by slaves, and then just like this KFC recipe was handed down to their grandson, until it got, you see what I'm saying, to the colonel or whatnot. And then they wonder why black people be like, well, we want reparations. Because look what we helped create the United States, period. We was the workload that created the United States. All these ditches that was dug, all the buildings that was built, all of that shit was built by black people, period. You ain't gonna do nothing if you got slaves. Anytime you go watch, I'll talk about the Antebellum movie the other night. Which I still ain't went and watched yet. I gotta get my king on and shit before I go in there, cause I be on punch the TV. But you see the slave masters always sitting on the porch like Mr. Candy and shit. Oh, he just sit back in the back chilling. All the black people doing all the work. But they not getting paid for it. They not getting paid for it. And see, this one right here is saying the colonel and shit family took all her profits and shit. See, she was obviously selling it. And they seen that shit was gonna bust. And they was like, well, we gonna go in there and offer a little something like that, which little or nothing. You see what I'm saying? And they took it and parlayed that shit into a, KFC. You see what I'm saying? Into KFC. And that's why it's so good. If you can ask any white person today, they be like, yo, black people make the best fried chicken, yo. And I'm talking about, some of them be being racist and shit, but some of them just being real, like, bro, that shit be good as hell. What spices y'all be using and shit. And grandmama kick your ass if you go out there telling her recipes or whatnot. So y'all don't know. You just gotta go to grandma, and get that. You see what I'm saying? And they talks about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's proof. Cause that's why Kentucky Fried Chicken is good. You see, with 7 different spices and all of this. That's why it's good. Now, I heard and I see, once he got this recipe and KFC started to go, it was another white man that got another, I forget the name of the chicken place that was rivaling KFC. Now, it was making way more money than KFC. It was bigger than KFC. It came out before KFC. You see what I'm saying? And they say the white man that owned that franchise or whatnot, he would wake up early every morning and he would go, shut everybody out. That nobody in his family even know his recipe or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Other than the lady that he had got it from, which was a long dead slave from his grandmama and granddaddy that they owned. And so he would lock all the doors, mix up the batter, and then he would open up the place. You had to stand outside while he mixing up the batter, even the people that worked there. So they couldn't even get the recipe. And so when that old man, the reason why we don't know that franchise instead of KFC, and the reason why we know KFC instead of that franchise, is because when the old man got sick and died, he refused to tell his secret about his recipe that he had got from his grandpappy, that he had got from his grandpappy, that his grandpappy got from a slave. You see what I'm saying? And he refused to even give it to his own family. So they didn't know how to make it. And they was at his deathbed trying to ask him, well, what's the recipe so we can keep it going? And he died without telling them. And now we know KFC. You see what I'm saying? And I get y'all the name of that restaurant and the name of the man. But I do know that story. You see, I do know that story. And so, they wonder why we want reparations, because we were very, influential in this society, in the literal fabric of the building of America. Got African hands all on it. Black excellence all on it. But we never get the credit, though. But y'all lips be greasy. You know what I'm saying? For my grandmama making this recipe, okay? And you must respect the black woman. And I keep telling y'all that. And you gonna do it, because they're my mama, they're my sister, they're my aunties and shit. And I ain't letting nobody come near, not now one of them. All right? And so, these is the stories that we want to hear in school as black people. All of that trying to indoctrinate us on European culture is not gonna work today, okay? So, thank y'all, family. I got another video. I'm coming right back. See y'all in a minute. Job power. Get free or die.